Daoud is a young boy whose life has been tough since the beginning because of the poverty in his country, Sudan. He grew up in a relatively populous family where everyone loves each other and where men protect women and women work hard to make them happy. They go to get the firewood and the food and make sure it's ready before the boys get hungry. He decided to return to school after his elder brother's advices. He first wanted to go to Chad and fight to help the President Idris Déby's system to settle, but Ahmed explained him that it's better to help the world with your brain than to use weapons. He left Sudan and went to Egypt, where he transited to Israel after a little while because he heard about the good wages there. Unfortunately, he was incarcerated, but still, he liked the life in prison because they could have food every day and the environment was nice according to him. He was then deported to Egypt, where the prison conditions were similar to hell. However, he had a nice roommate, an old man with who they were entertaining and mutual help, just like how people sometimes do when they are having a hard time. One day, as he was very poor there and desperate, he found some money in his trousers, used some of it buying dinner for him and his roommate. Thank God or Allah that he could escape. He found his way back to Sudan, but when he got there, things had changed. The rebels were fighting against the army and each other group. When he reached home, he just had time to pack with the others so that they could leave. They walked long distances through the desert. When they settled there, Dawood left for Chad, where he changed his name and decided to use his English to help his country instead of weapons. He became a translator, translating for foreigners who came to his country to have a real view of the situation. He translated first for some independent people, and then he raised his business, leaving his phone number with each of his clients. Then he started doing the job for employees of channels such as BBC, newspapers like the New York Times. For example, there was Nicholas Christoph from the New York Times who was so nosy, asking every kind of question to everybody. They actually got caught somewhere where rebels were fighting and people running away, but he was still like, one more question please, one more question. When it came to be that the bombs and all the rest were next to him, he got scared. Daoud just say in a funny way, "You are such a warrior." Besides, he was wanted by the Sudanese government because of his prison background and the label he had made as a spy for the Chad government. After many great experiences, Daoud got in trouble for a while with his friend Paul from the US. They were beaten by the Sudanese soldiers and given junk food. They saw death before coming back. Finally, they managed, with the help of the US government and the other journalists Daoud used to be a translator for. Nowadays, he lives in Baltimore, and this book is the way he found to tell the world more about what is going on in his country.